Thank you for joining us, everybody. This is our global Zoom meeting, kind of designed for the Asia side of the market, but it's global. It's 10 o'clock in the morning over in Malaysia. They're just starting their day, but here in California, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. And that's what makes this business great. No matter where you are, you can connect at any time. We just started this particular Zoom. It's May 14th. It's Thursday, Friday morning in Malaysia. But this particular Zoom, this meeting, we started just a few weeks ago, actually. And the purpose of this is to support, everybody. So we're going to be covering a number of topics tonight. Three main topics. I want to thank Kenny for letting us know, what he feels is really good for everybody to hear tonight. Three main topics: business pitching and closing, expanding your network, and onboarding. Having an onboarding checklist. And so let's just talk about general networking 101. Um, we're here for a reason. We all chose this particular business model because either A, we're curious, B, we see tremendous benefits, C, it allows you to build a business and all the, with a team of people. There's all kinds of benefits, which I don't want to get into all those. But nobody went to college here. I certainly didn't, to go to get a degree in network marketing. We're a network marketing company. Well, our business model is network marketing, but we're a scientific company. We're a research company. That's the strength of For Life, the science, not the marketing. That has to be your strength and my strength. And that's why I love this partnership so much, because what they do lends itself to longevity. They innovate. All right. They develop, they take a concept For Life, like Phytofactor. If you guys haven't seen the video on Phytofactor talking about, regenerating stem cells and things like that, you need to go watch it. But we can watch it together tonight. Help me remember if I forget, you guys. But that video is awesome. So For Life is a research company. We're the marketing. You're the marketing company. I'm the marketing company. That's that. And that's the great thing about this. That's all we have to do. We don't have to deal with administration. They do that. We don't have to deal with product development. They do that. All we have to do is build friendships and relationships and help other people succeed at their maybe health endeavors. That's the product side. Business endeavors. That's the business side. And there's a process behind all of that. So we're going to get into that a little bit. But it's like anything in life. If you want to go from point A to point B, there's a process. Well, in our business of networking, everybody starts the same. Nobody's appointed as a platinum. You build your way there. And I love that. I call that equal opportunity. Not one person can walk in and say, wait a minute, you need to make me a platinum. No, let's build. So we chose network marketing for all the benefits. And I love this business model. All right. And I love the partnership I have. So here we are as networkers, but none of us went and got a degree in network marketing. Okay. Not one person ever in the history of network marketing went to university and got a degree in network marketing and said, hey, look, I'm a networker. It doesn't work that way. It's all about development. It's all about productivity. And that's why I love this. It's literally, this is what's so cool, you guys. It's starting at ground zero and going through that process, ups and downs and frustrations and learning and developing. But guess what happens at the end of the day? You become an amazing entrepreneur, an amazing networker. You can lose money. I think everybody here has lost money before. You can lose health. I think we've all been sick before. You can lose freedom. We were all quarantined in COVID, but there's one thing you can't lose: your skill set. And that only happens from experience. Experience is the greatest educator there is. And so I just want to encourage all of you, stay connected, develop and grow, try new things. And we're going to get into Upline Pro in a minute. It's just a community of contribution. I learn from you. Every time I listen to somebody else that's talking, I grab golden nuggets, and I say, I'm going to take that. I took from a guy, I had a young kid in my house a few years back, really good guy, super entrepreneur. And he said, I don't know anything about this business, but it's kind of like standing on the edge of a cliff. And if you jump off, you grow wings on the way down. And I thought, that's pretty cool. Have enough faith and courage and jump off, and you'll grow wings as you're going down. That's kind of how this is. We grow wings by developing and growing, and you soar. That's kind of a cool analogy. You'll soar. So let's get into it. I appreciate you all, and we're networkers, and that's my goal, by the way. My purpose, my goal with everybody that comes to my meetings is to support you and help you be the best networker you can be. We're in network marketing. Call it what you want, affiliate marketing, MLM, whatever. All right. You're building a network. All right. So it's about building that community. And there's more than one way to do it, and that's for another conversation, but you got all the tools out there. So let's get into number one, business pitching and closing. I say this, we're creatures of habit. I'm a networker. It's not what I do, it's who I am. It's in my blood, which means this. If I meet somebody and engage in a conversation, whether I'm getting the oil changed on my car and they're at the seat next to me, or I'm at the airport at the gate sitting next to someone, I can do one of two things. Be on my phone doing whatever, and sometimes you have to do that doing your busy work, or engage in conversation and network. Network. That means I've talked to the person next to me, all right? And case in point, here's a story. I get on the plane with Gabby. A guy sits next to me. All right, we're on our way to Hong Kong. This was just two months ago. Guy sits next to me. Well, I'm a networker. It's in my blood. This is a long flight to Hong Kong. Granted, it's at night. You can go to sleep on the plane. But we just start talking. And the funny thing is, this guy happened to be coming out of the VIP club when we were going to the gate, and I made a comment to the person who works for the airline. I said, how far away is gate 221? And this voice out of nowhere says, it's a good walk. Try 20 minutes. And he was kind of joking, but it was like 15 minutes. And I looked over and I saw the guy. That's the guy that sat next to me. In conversation and talking with him, guess what? That guy, check this out, you guys. I thought he was insane. He flew from Xiamen Island, off of China, to Hong Kong, to Los Angeles, California, spent 5 hours, went to go get an In-N-Out burger, all right, went to go pick up some medicine at a pharmacy, got back to the airport, got on the plane, and flew back to Hong Kong, waited in the VIP room, and flew to Xiamen. And I said, are you crazy? Are you tired? And he goes, I'm okay. In conversation, I asked, so what's so important about that medicine? He goes, well, I've got a condition. And he goes, look under here. And I looked under his chin. He's got red and scars, scratching at night while he's sleeping. He's got an autoimmune condition. That only happens in conversation networking. You get to that point. So here's the key. In your prospecting, we'll get into pitching in a second. In your prospecting efforts, number one, identify the needs of the person you're talking to. Obviously, this gentleman's needs was medicine and something to help him. He's got an autoimmune condition. He's taking drugs. Fine. I've got something that could help you. Transfer factor. That's where the conversation went. Well, as we talked, you get to a point like, what do you do? I told him already what I do. I'm in health and wellness. Let me tell you about transfer factor. I've got a global organization I've been building, da, da, da. Well, when I asked him what he did, he was playing on the down low. He's a very humble guy. Well, I Googled him when I got to, because what he told me when he said, Well, I produce all the animation and special effects for movies. I have a movie studio, and I'm thinking, okay, pretty cool. Well, what movies? Star Wars, all the Marvel movies. I'm like, you're kidding me. I Googled him. All right. Yeah, he's won Emmy Awards. I mean, I'm sitting next to this guy. It's like, who do you know? Well, I'm going to be with Kevin Costner. George Lucas is one of my best friends. I'm like, I want to get into that circle of people. I want to network. That's networking. I know people in my network. I know the Air Supply guys. Gabby and I have been to their concerts. We've hung out. They come to the baseball game in San Diego with us. Air Supply. You all know Air Supply, you know? And how I don't know that I didn't know them. I met them through somebody else. Viola Davis, actress, famous actress, met her through somebody else. I can run off all kinds of names of people. I didn't know them. If you really think about it, you guys, how many people do you know because somebody else introduced you? That's networking. But we do it with a purpose to try to bring them into our community. That's the habit you have to develop. You have to have that habit of always thinking what your purpose is. So, as I was, talking to Chris, is his name, I thought, man, I really would love to get into that network of people he knows. All right. And I have to admit, you guys, I'm guilty of this. I haven't really gotten followed up with them like I should have. And that's my fault. I'm a busy guy. I mean, I got so many people in our organization. Chris Bremble. You can look him up. Chris, Chris Bremble, Bremble. So Google him and you can see who he is. So let's talk, in the whole pitching and closing. You have to always think this way. Are you going to move more products, more life points, have more business only by yourself? Or are you going to do it if you had a network of one person, five people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people? In my case, hundreds of thousands of people around the world. Since I've been talking for the last 14 minutes, I promise you my volume's gone up. Somebody around the world has either signed somebody up or sold a For Life product. And I chances are I made money. That's the great benefit. That's networking, all right? So, but you start with your three people on your team, me, myself, and I, you, and you. We all start the same way, okay? So, but here's your goal. Always shooting for the stars. If you hit the moon, it's okay, but always think I'm going for the stars. What does that mean? When you talk to someone, your ultimate goal is getting that person signed up on your team and hopefully building a business with you, not by themselves. All right? You have to think that way. But like in the case of Chris, you think he's going to give up his business? He has $1 billion business to build a For Life business instead? No, but he'll be a great customer, and maybe he'll lead me to people because he falls in love with the products. Or maybe I'll say, Chris, in fact, I would probably, because he's moving back to the U.S. In July, and I might just say, Chris, I'm going to come up and see you. Let's go have lunch. And I might say something like, hey, you got anything going on? I'd love to meet Matt Damon. I'm jokingly, and who knows? He may say, yeah, come on up. I'll introduce you. Networking. Okay. So shooting for the stars, landing on the moon, what does that mean? The moon is your customer. You try to you're always thinking business, business, business. All right. You've got to program yourself. All right. But customers are good. Customers, they make great affiliates, distributors. But you got to present the plan to them. If you've never talked to them about, hey, let me share something with you. I'm a networker. I'm very honest with people. I build my business by word of mouth. I don't run television ads. I don't spend money on ads personally. All right. I mean, we got a little thing going on that we do play around with now and then. I guess it's a Google thing. I don't even do it. Honestly, somebody else does it. But the point is, it's word of mouth advertising. It's the cheapest advertising available. Talk, 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 talk. So if you're the only one talking, it's going to be a long time before you build a big business. If you got 2 people and 100 people and 500 people talking, guess what? Now you're starting to get some momentum going. So always think that, but love your customers. Your customers become great affiliates, great distributors. All right. In closing, so identify their needs, talk to them, and your whole during that conversation with somebody, however it is done. I like talking. It could be text messages, whatever. It's a relationship business. You're not going to build a real, relationship of trust and confidence and friendship just texting. Talk, pick up the phone, do a Zoom, a messenger, but camera to camera, and hopefully person to person, live if they're local. All right. But the point is that conversations only go 2 ways. I talk to you or you talk to me. That's it. Whether it's messaging, talking, however it is. But in closing people, you have to look at like a game of chess. Yeah, and it's funny, you guys, all this goes through my head. It's just so natural for me when I'm talking to someone and I have fun with it. Have fun in prospecting. Don't take it so darn serious. There's 8.3 billion people in the world, you guys. 8.3 billion. If one says no, you got 8.29999 million. All right? Or billion, sorry. Billion. So just because one person said no, and besides, you don't want someone on your team if they're not ready. If they're not ready, it's not your fault. They're not ready. Find somebody who is. That'll only happen through networking. All right? So I look at it like a game of chess. I make a move, you make a move. So in my conversation with you, if you're cold market, and I love cold market, I get to be who I want to be. They don't know who I am. They don't know if I'm an intergalactic superstar, triple crown, Golden Globe, platinum. They don't know. I started yesterday. Doesn't matter. It's all up here. It's how you think, how you act, your attitude, and your skills, which you have to develop. Maybe you develop them in another MLM, network marketing. Maybe you develop those skills as a supervisor for a company. You work for Malaysia Airlines and you're a supervisor. You got skills. All right. So, but the point is, it's like chess. I make a move, you make a move. My move is going to depend on your move. Just like with Chris. Started talking, it led straight to product when he showed me his neck and his problems. He could have said, yeah, I came to LA for a job interview and it looks like I'm not going to get it. You need some money. You're looking at, now we'll go down that path. That's my next move. See, my move depends on your move. All right. That's in the prospecting efforts. So in closing somebody, I like to do it kind of this way. Paint the picture, paint the benefits, set the table, whatever you want to call it, and get them agreeing with you in a sense like, a lot of people in this world have never really discovered their potential. It's kind of sad in a way, and I found something that really helps people discover their potential. It's a whole team, it's a whole community of people, and they're making money at the same time. So they're growing and developing. And the beauty about it is it's in the health and wellness industry, and they're dealing with peptides that are exclusive, natural peptides. And these peptides have a tremendous impact on your health. In fact, we've got a new peptide that regenerates stem cells. Watch that video. I was blown away when I saw it. Phytofactor helps to regenerate stem cells. So when you say stuff like that, you're setting the stage. That's part of the pitch, okay? And then you can tell if they're curious, if they want to know more. If they're like, get away, I'm not even going to go for a close. I'm basically just, it's done. It's over with. It's okay. But if I see an interest, you know what? I tell you what, give me your phone number. I do this all the time. I've never had one person tell me, no, I'm not giving you my phone number. They don't look at me as some child molester or something. Excuse me, I said that. But, they give me their phone number. And now I can follow up. We're going to get to that in a minute. So in the close, get them to have the vision, get them to see it, get them to understand that it's really, it's such an inexpensive way to start a business and to see all the benefits, and then explain to them how to start. And then at the end of the day, when it's said and done, let's do this. Why not? All great things begin with an idea. Elon Musk and Tesla and all the great companies around the world began with a concept, with an idea. Let's do this. If nothing changes, and I tell them, I want change. I want to go to the stars. I want to be financially free. I want to travel the world. I want to have residual income. I want a life of abundance and lifestyle. How about you? All right. Well, if you see, yeah, I do, it's easy to sign those people up. They're ready to go. They're like, yeah, I want that. But you got to take them to that point and then say, look, let's get you signed up. And I even tell them this, I understand, especially if they're cold. I understand you don't know me real well. Our trust is going to be built up as we work together, though. And we'll get into that in a second. So getting them signed up, you just have to be maybe more aggressive. And you have to say, and even try it. Gabby taught me this. If I do this, will you do that? For example, if I give you this sample, will you take it and tell me what you think? All right. You can do that one. So if I send you a link to fill out, will you fill it out for me? And then we'll talk afterwards. Or, um, you know, uh, if you like this product, will you go ahead and sign up and join my community so we can work possibly together? Like that. And you just take them to a point like, okay, and once they realize, here's the key though, you guys, you've got to show them they've got everything to gain, everything to win, and nothing to lose. No risk, all right? No heavy responsibilities of running a business. Your investments in yourself, your health. What a great concept. You mean all I have to do is something that I benefit from, just take it, and that's my only qualification? That's right. And then, of course, we start networking together. Let's have fun. But you got to paint the picture, you guys. Okay. That's kind of, so the closing for me is actually, it's just a natural, simple process. Don't be afraid of it. Try things. All right. Doesn't matter if they're not ready. Again, it's not your fault. But I tell you what, as you do it, as you get better and better and better at identifying and conversing, those social skills get better, communication skills get better, identifying their needs gets better. It only happens if you work at it and develop the skills. It gets very natural. Taking them from first exposure, that means the first handshake, the first word out of your mouth, from that to closing them. And I don't like to say closing. I'll tell you why in a second. It just becomes a natural process. When that happens, you don't even think of it. There's no fear. You're not scared of anything. It's just a natural thing you do all the time. Now, we call it the close, but the reality is it's more of an open. Why? I'm not selling you a car. I'm asking if you would like to build a business with me. Try it. What do you got to lose? Give it a few months. Give it a year, really. But let's test 90 days. Let's see what we can do in 90 days. All right. And so as you're building and talking to people, you do have that 90-day window, by the way. Within 90 days, if they're not ready, I'm sorry, if in the 90-day window they don't see some sort of success, there's a possibility they might get deflated and like, well, it's not working. But you gotta run with them hard for 90 days. All right. But it's called the open. Why? I am not selling you a car. I am building a relationship with you. I hope we're together for the rest of our lives. So I'm opening the door to a new friendship, a new relationship, a new venture. Venture, what a great word. It's a business venture. If I called somebody up and said, hey, Elon Musk just called me. He's got a new business venture and it's about $700 to partner with Elon, but he thinks it's going to be huge. Would you listen? I think you would. It's a venture. So that's the picture you want to paint. So create curiosity, use buzzwords, identify their needs. We talked about that. Health challenge, financial challenge, shoot for the stars. Okay, here's the next one. The fortune is in the follow-up, you guys. But that kind of applies to my next number two. We'll get into follow-up in a second. Open versus the close. So there you go. That's the business pitching and closing. It's an open, okay, really. So let's talk real quick about number two, expanding your network. That only happens when you're talking. Or you could be Facebook post, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. But if you're not engaged in networking activities, and I'm not talking about watching a video for life and all that stuff is more of a, bread for the head analysis stuff. But don't get into analysis paralysis. All right. The only way you can expand your network is either, there's basically three things you're doing as a network. Three things. Okay. One, you're talking to new people. For you, you're trying to sponsor people. Number two, you're talking to your people's people because you just sponsored a new person and they know people and you're encouraging them to bring their contacts to the table. And when they do, you told them, don't do this alone. I'm your sponsor. I'm here to, let's do it together. Let's have fun because I've been in this business for a while and or it doesn't matter if you've been in for a few days or whatever. You work together. All right. You edify them, they edify you. All right. So you're talking to people for you, you're talking to your people's people. And this is a whole nother training, driving a downline. You're going to find that more often than not, your key leaders aren't really the one you sponsor. It's somebody who they sponsored or they sponsored. It might be down 9 levels deep. If you keep your eyes open and identifying your driving, you'll find down there. And if that person is the person that wants to be the platinum, you latch onto them. They're the anchor of the leg. They're the driver down there. You get in and you run with them. That's networking. All right. To do that, though, you have to have a CRM. Oh, I apologize. I'm going to go back real quick. You're talking to people for you. You're talking to people for your people. And number three, you're following up, follow up, follow up, follow up. You have to have a system of follow up. And that leads me to CRM, Contact Relationship Manager. You guys want to see my CRM? Gabby found this. I don't know where she found it, in the shed or something, or in a drawer. And when she showed this to me, it blew my mind. 1998, my notes, my CRM from, let me show you. I'm trying to be careful because to me, this is like an artifact. And I don't want to destroy it. Almost tore a page, darn. I have to tape that, sweetie. Saturday, November 6th, 1998. You guys, I joined For Life on October 20, 1998. This is only what, 2 weeks after, all right, joining. Now, when I go back and look at this, I find it interesting. Some of these names really stand out. But what was I doing? I was keeping notes. You can't manage what you don't measure. Okay? Remember that. You can't manage what you don't measure. You have to have a way of measuring it. You have to have a contact relationship manager. All right? Meaning, this business is not a one-off. Talk to somebody. If they don't sign up right away, forget it. Off to the next. No. You got to get back to them. I mean, you just planted a seed and somebody else is going to go harvest it for you when they talk to them. I've talked to people all the time that say, yes, somebody talked to me about transfer factor a while back. They never followed up with me. Their loss, my gain. Follow up. Again, if you're not talking to new people, go back to the people you talk to or talk to somebody with somebody in your downline. You're always engaged in activity, being active, active, active. All right. If you have that desire to be a multimillionaire, it works and you will be, I promise you, if you do these things. All right. So as I'm going through this, I find it interesting because I'm looking at some of these names and I'm a very honest realist, you guys. All right. Reality is very important to me, not overselling and under delivering, just being real about things. I can go through page number 2. Nobody in here I'm familiar with today. All right. And this is page 2, by the way, so you can see kind of the numbers, all these people. And I doodle a lot, you guys. That's what I do when I'm talking to people. You're going to see a really fun doodle in a minute. And so that was 11/19 of 98. Les Robinson, that person is a distributor today. Still, this guy, Les, is probably going on 100 years old. But he's a presidential diamond. Presidential. All right. Here's one that some of you might recognize. Right here. Bonnie Hornsby. Kenny, that's your upline. Bonnie Hornsby. She's my level two. Okay. Now check. Now, here's this is some storytelling. I sponsor a guy named Frank Maloney. Frank comes from a weight loss company. I talked to him cold. He was actually selling his own product, trying to market it. And Mao Wong of Fedra got banned. So his company's going down. He needs a home. Well, basically we get him signed up. I get him signed up. And Bonnie Hornsby is level number two if she comes to the table. Frank, he disappeared. MIA, totally gone. All he does, Kenny, I'm talking to Kenny because I know for a fact that Kenny's in that downline. Kenny, that volume that he does, Frank Maloney, and I'm talking to all of you, it's gotten up to close to 1 million in LP, sits at 500,000 roughly. You know what he qualifies as? Associate, not even a builder. Isn't that insane? But do you think I'm going to beg him? No. Below him is Bonnie Hornsby. I started working with her. Bonnie, she's a presidential. She got to bronze, presidential. She led me to, I mean, I can go down the line. She led me to Indra Virasinghe. Indra led me to Michael Ung in Australia. Michael Ung led me to the Quecks. The whole point is I drove the downline. I got to know all of them. Today, it goes associate, presidential, diamond, all the way down till it finally hits bronzes and golds and silvers. That's how you drive a downline. So as I'm looking at this, yeah, maybe out of 30 people, I got one. It's okay. Once you got one, network through them. You see, now it's not just you trying to build, it's you and somebody else. You make it fun too. It's always fun to work with other people. All right. So there's one here that I want to tell you the story about. Here's the fun. It's not a doodle, it's just a message. So I looked at this and I thought, how did this happen? Because it says right here, this guy is a talker. Because I'm looking, I don't see a name of a guy. So what happened, now I think about it, I'm on the phone talking. Gabby works at Walmart. She runs the Vision Center inside Walmart. She don't work at Walmart, it's the National Vision Center. She was the manager. Gabby was the manager. Gabby would always come over to my little apartment, all right, because we weren't married yet. We were boyfriend, girlfriend, and I definitely was motivated because I was broke. She paid for our first date, by the way. Go figure. I mean, what a way to hurt your machoism. She paid. But so she comes to the house in my apartment, and she would come over for lunch every day, and she would bring me food, bring me lunch. I had no car. In 1998, I had no car. So she would bring me food. That's how bad it was. I was motivated. I would say she's probably massaging my shoulders right here because I go, this guy is a talker. I'm on the phone and I wrote it down. I'm not going to say it so the guy hears me or the lady hears me. So I write down, this guy's a talker. And Gabby writes down, I love touching you. I had to show you guys that. I thought it was pretty cute, pretty fun. So anyhow, but here's a cool story I want to tell you about real quick in my networking efforts. Here's a guy right here, Tom Cherry. Okay. This now we're talking about December 28, 1998. And that's about the time I was talking to Jeff Outgilbert for the very first time. I got Tom Cherry signed up. I got his contact list. You want to get, if you're networking, you want to get somebody's contact list if you can. Now he might have, I don't know if he faxed it to me or what he did, and I don't know, but I wrote it down here, all right? People that he knew, phone numbers and so forth. Let's do it together, Tom. I told Tom, give me 1 year. of your life, 1 year of your time. Let's have fun. Let's work this together. He did. He gave me a year. Well, guess what? He's the only person in my 45-year career of network marketing that told me at the end of a year it didn't meet his expectations. And he left For Life. And he even said he was going to take his people with him. Well, guess what? He took a few, but a few stayed with me. The ones that stayed with me, all of the Philippines is in that downline right now. Korea is in that downline right now. Multi-million-dollar legs. Look what he gave up. Look what he lost. I don't know, last I heard anything about him was over probably 15 years ago. He was still broke, looking for something, when it was right here in front of him. All right? It's okay. That's why I always say, you guys, in your expanding your network prospecting, all right? Again, it's not the one you sponsor that might be your superstar. So please, the rule is this: know everybody within 4 levels of your business. You know their name, know their dog's name. In fact, I can go back and show you notes here where I wrote down their cat's name, their dog's name, their spouse's name. Why? Because when I call somebody up, I call up Dr. Tam. I look at your name here. I always call you Dr. Tam. I see the Yao Kong, Dr. Tam. I call up Dr. Tam and trying to get him signed up. Dr. Tam's one of our golds, by the way, that's joined us tonight. Dr. Tam, how's Dr. Uwe doing? That's his wife, Dr. Uwe. I know that because I've been over there. Gabby and I go over and visit them. And Kenny as well. Kenny was here at convention a couple months ago. If I call Dr. Tam and say, how's Dr. Uwe? Guess what? He's like, oh man, you remember my wife. You see, those are the skills you develop as you're talking to people and working with people and so forth. All right. So know 4 levels of everybody in your business. Be communicating with them. Be a good leader. Reach out to them. Ask them, can I help you in any way? I'm here for you. All right. And we'll get into the onboarding in a second. All right. But expanding your network. Okay. There's all kinds of ways to do that, but you've got to have a CRM management system. So you have names and you follow up, you get back to people and have fun with it. Is it work? Yeah, it's work, but do you want to be a multimillionaire? Do you want to develop skills? Do you want to have fun? You want to travel the world? If all that stuff's important to you and you have a strong enough desire, it's such a low price to pay for all those things, and you make wonderful friendships. We go over to Malaysia or wherever we go in the world, Brazil, everyone's there with open arms. It's fun. I mean, I can go to probably over 100 countries in the world and wouldn't even have to stay in a hotel because they would invite us to stay at their house. How cool is that? So expanding CRM, you have to have some management system. And by the way, I don't have time to do this training tonight, but we need to make a note. This is all being recorded and I'll have a transcript of it. And which, by the way, I'll make this available to you guys so that we can go back and look at the bullets we talk about. All right. I apologize. The CRM, digital database. I can't believe I lost my train of thought. I've been doing a lot of meetings today. I apologize, you guys. I was on a roll on something there. Oh, the For Life app. Thank heavens I transcribed before we even got on right now. The For Life app. That is a CRM. I don't have time to do the training right now, but we can put that in. So, make a note. Let's get into how to use the For Life app as a contact relationship manager. You can categorize your people, potential customer, potential affiliate, not interested. You can even make notes on them. But For Life is aggressively updating their app. Why? David Lisenby apparently has invested millions in AI. You're going to see AI come into the For Life world to help us as well. When, I don't know, but it's going to be a component. David Lisenby's already told us that. I'm excited about that, you guys. But you've got to have a CRM. If you don't have to use paper, whatever you use, Excel, there's all kinds of CRMs. Look it up. Contact Relationship Manager. And we can try using the For Life app if you like. We'll get into that training later. International expansion. Ask your people. If I ask you all right now, let's just pretend that I'm all of your sponsor. Gabby and I sponsored all of you. I would simply say, look, we're going to have a meeting. Let's get together. a little training, and I would say, hey, who do you know that lives outside of your community? Who do you know that lives in another state, another country, other side of the world? Everybody knows somebody these days. Think about it. If I have to jog your memory, oh yeah, my Aunt Susie lives in Boston. Or no, you know what? I've got my uncle. He's a supervisor for a marketing company in Tokyo. I want to talk to that guy or that lady. Bring them on. Your people, my presentation. How's that? We're at pretend we're at a party and you're going to introduce me to them. I, I'm pretty good at building friendships. I'm pretty good at bringing people and reeling them in. What do I want to do? Go to the stars, but it starts by bringing them in and let's take off. All right. Those are skills. Your people, my presentation. So international expansion. Who do you know? Okay. Um, Digital database, drip system. What do I mean by drip system? All right, as you start talking to people, again, you're not doing a one-off business where you're one and done. I talk to you, bye. No, you put them in your CRM, you have some note, whatever, and it may take a little longer, but guess what? Build that database. And what's cool, For Life helps you build your database. As you sponsor people, get them signed up, you all can look at your reports. You can see who's there. How many times you talk to your downline? Reach out, say, how can I help you? How can I serve you? Who do you know? Let's do this together. Your people, my presentation. All right. So as you're doing that, building your downline, building your database, drip on people, meaning that, and you guys, this has been one of my weaknesses. And that, by the way, that's why Rexy's here. She's helping me now. Thank you, Rexy. Rexy is the one that helps us now with our little drip system. Now I'm going to do a little promo here, if you will, a little plug. Upline Pro. Upline Pro. I'm asking all of you. Rexy, can you please put uplinepro.com in the chat? Register on Upline Pro, you guys. That way you'll experience my drip system and you can create your own drip system if you want. It's building a database and then sending out a message to everybody, whether it's through WhatsApp, whether it's through Telegram, whether it's through email. Everybody uses different things. I think in Malaysia, you guys use Telegram, don't you, Kenny?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so they use
WhatsApp,
Telegram.
Telegram. Yeah.
Other markets use WhatsApp. All right. So so you kind of want, that's why and by the way, there are programs out there. You can do one simple message, hit send, it goes to Telegram, it goes to WhatsApp, it's just like all over. I mean, imagine what if you had 1,000 people, 10,000 people, and they see how active you are. It might be one person that you send that message. They signed up a year ago and they get a message from you. And all of a sudden they start thinking, I need to get back in this For Life business. I'm hurting for money right now, or whatever the reason is. But if you don't communicate with them, you're never going to get them. It's not just going to happen. All right. I mean, it could happen. It's possible, but not probable. All right. If you have a drip system, you're always in touch. That's been my weakness. All right. I'm getting much better at that now with the help of people that are working with me. Um, so your digital database, all right, visual aids. Well, I just put in here a note, show my people my CRM from 1998. All right, we got 15 minutes left here. So expanding your network. It's only going to happen if you ask your people, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? All right. And then you have to think, who do I know? And use social media. You can get on social media and find people all around the world. I mean, if cooking is your thing, join a cooking group, cooking community, start talking to people. If maybe it's I don't know, for me it's dogs. All right. I'm in a group called the Forever Dog. The book's right there, The Forever Dog. All right. Dr. Karen Becker. I'm in her group, her community, talking to people, network. All right. That's all this is. Okay. So, onboard checklist. Now it's kind of time. Well, I'll share my screen in a second. The first thing you do when you sign somebody up, you have to come up with some plan of action, even if they're not thinking that it's a plan of action. Give an example. I know I'm using Kenny a lot. I just sponsored Kenny Koo in Malaysia. Let's say we're pretending here now. I can either A, sit back, pray, that Kenny goes out and builds a business, or I can be proactive and say, let's figure out, let me talk to Kenny. Let's come up with a plan of action, which means Kenny has a full-time job. That means this is going to be a part-time business. When is Kenny available? We have to establish that. He might say, Dave, look, man, I'm working all day. I work 4 days a week, 12 hours. I don't have time after that to come home and send messages and reach out to people. But I got 3 days a week I can, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll put in 3 hours a day during those. That's 9 hours. So I get nine. His contribution is 9 hours that he's going to put into it. Now, you don't have to get that detailed, but the point is, I'm not just going to sit back and pray he calls me. Let's come up with a plan. The next thing is, after you establish, the kind of the time and energy that he wants to put into this or can put into it, what's Kenny's circle of influence? I'll figure a little bit of that out in our conversations as I get to know him. All right. He might be like Chris Bremble and know all these superstars. And I'll be all gaga. I can't wait till he introduces me to all the stars he knows. All right. Or maybe he's been with an advertising company. He knows how to advertise. What are Kenny's skills? All right. Well, if he's got advertising skills, let's focus on that because he knows how to do advertising. What has he done? How does he do it? This is part of the relationship development. But at least I know, all right, as we talk. But it comes down really, who does Kenny know? How much influence does Kenny have over the people? Because if Kenny doesn't talk to anybody, we're done. Game over. No more chess. I don't know Kenny's people. Kenny, have you ever given me your cell phone? No. So it's me getting into Kenny's circle of people. And that's only going to happen if Kenny is comfortable with me, if he brings someone to the table and I do a good job, I do a great presentation, and he's like, wow, he learns from it, he likes it, he's motivated, inspired, he's going to bring more people. That's how this works. You see? So as you develop your skills, people want to come to you more and more and more if you're driving people as opposed to just selling bottles. Okay? Don't get me wrong. Bottles are okay. People are better though. More people, more bottles. It's kind of common sense. So let me share this with you guys now. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So you have to come up with a plan of action. All right. So who does Kenny know? How much time can he put into the business? And I'll start helping him jog his memory. Kenny, who do you know in other countries? Let's get your business international. All right. And these are it's kind of almost like an interview. You don't want to make it seem that way because they're not getting a job, but you have to have information if you're going to bring them in. And you've got to help give them their plan to get started, get prepared. One of the greatest athletic coaches in the world, named Vince Lombardi, he always said it's not just the will to win, it's the will to prepare to win. So let me share my screen, show you guys the onboarding checklist. There, you should see my screen now. We're going to go here to Upline Pro. Here it is. Sorry, you guys, I should have had the homepage ready. Upline Pro. Make sure you become a member, or you will not get access to the back office stuff. This is all free, you guys. This is my contribution of 45 years of networking to help you all become millionaires. All right? Seriously. Click the blue here, Education Library. Once you sign in, once you create your login, then once you sign in, your name will be up here in the blue. All right? So right down here, become a member, Education Library. And by the way, we're using AI to kind of create a whole new platform for everybody. Hopefully in June, it'll be ready next month. Here you go. Here's what we got. 7-day quick start to success. Click on it. Here you go. Day 1, here's what you should do. Day 2, know your story, core products. Day 3, make your contact list. Day 4, invite and share. Day 5, plug into mentorship and training. Stay connected. Day 6, build your social presence. Day 7, take action, set goals. There's links here that will help you with some of this stuff as well. All right. It's just a simple process of onboarding, but you have to walk them through the process. Maybe you have to push them through the process, whatever it takes. but you got to give them or help them get a process to success, and the preparatory period is super important. All right. Because again, you got that 90-day window. And if you help them get prepared, and it's 1 week of preparation, let's say, and you're in touch with them. They're like, okay, we got this, we did this. For me, kind of like, let's go. I want to run. Bring your people to the table. I'll give them a 5-course meal. But I know that you want, and you can do both, you guys. Earn while you learn. You don't have to say, well, I'm not going to talk to anybody until I go through the first week. No, earn while you learn. Bring people to me. All right. Let's do the onboarding together. You'll have questions and so forth. That's fine. But in the meantime, watch me in action. If I'm talking to your prospect, if I'm talking to your person, learn from me. Use me. I used to say, scrub me up like I'm a surgeon. And in many cases, I said, abuse me. That doesn't sound so good. But I would tell my people I sponsor, abuse me, use me, scrub me up. I serve you. Why? And this is common sense again. I can go out cold and try to find somebody, or I can talk to somebody make a new friend. All right. Don't, you bring them to the table. They're cold still. I mean, I don't know the people Kenny knows. I don't know the people Dr. Tam knows. I don't know the people that Huasu knows or Rexy or anybody here. All right. So they're cold to me. But the beauty is, I'm getting to talk to somebody you brought to the table. It's a win-win. You win, I win. And think about this. If I'm your sponsor and you brought 100 people to the table because you trust me, you like my presentation, it's awesome, things are awesome, all my second level, I get 25%. On my front level, I get 2%. That's why we put the plan like that, so that you would work through your people, because 25% is better than 2. Seriously, that's why we put the 25 on the second level. If you think about it, For Life pays 64%. 32% in the first 3 levels. Half of the pay plan is in 3 levels of your business, because I believe anybody can have a 3-level business. That's me, Kenny Koo, Gabby, and Dr. Tam. There's the 3 levels, if they each one sponsored the other. Okay. So that's the onboarding. And then we go back to Upline Pro real quick. All right. Just here we go. Let me go back. You got all kinds of things. You got the napkin presentation here. That's the one I like to use. I use it every day. All right. PDF, Canva. If any of you need PowerPoint, in fact, Kenny, Dr. Tam, let me know. We can modify this for your market with some of it, because obviously when you show this presentation, you're not going to talk about gold factor. We can replace that for a product in your market. And Rexy, we're going to have to really start having, as people go to these, the new website will be able to do it, I'm sure. Where if they like this napkin presentation, we can basically create one for different regions, so that's more kind of modified for them. But yeah, it's real simple. Company, that's global, all right? Science and products, some might be specific to your region. Why partner with For Life? That's global. All the bullets, why? I mean, I look at this and it's like, who wouldn't want these things? All right. And I like Robert Kiyosaki. We throw this in here so we can tell people we're in every market right here. Billions and billions and billions of dollars of business waiting for you. For Life has a corporate presence in all those markets. 8 ways to make money. Bullets. Don't have to explain. Don't have to draw circles and how to do that. Now, if you have someone who's a network marketer, they might say, well, I want to know how to get to this level, that level. That happened to me recently. They just said, look, tell me what to do to be a presidential diamond. We told her first month, she did it. Now she's, what do I have to do to be a gold? We told her first year, she says she's going to do it. We'll see. She's on her way. She's doing very well. Talked about the kit, fast start, and this might have to be modified a little bit with a different picture. Now, the picture shouldn't matter. But the whole point is, some market, For Life's actually going to be offering an option in the US, backpack or kit, or computer bag. Backpack or computer. I like the backpack personally. I think people use backpacks more than computer bags. And the support. All right. I love this napkin presentation, especially the support. Don't do this alone. You have to work with a team, a community, a group. You're going to need constant inspiration, motivation, mentorship. Even me. Now I do it, my way, because I don't really, my upline, my sponsor retired in 1999, His sponsor died about 15 years ago. Their sponsor, it does go up to Dr. Rob. He's retired. Dr. Rob Robertson's retired. Rightfully so. Gets a good residual income because he's all of our upline. But he's probably 90 now, Dr. Rob. He should retire. Isn't that why we're doing this? So we can enjoy life? So anyhow, back to all of this. Go in here and browse around, you guys. Pathway to Prosperity. Great presentation, by the way. All right. This Pathway to Prosperity, it's not about multi-level marketing. It's not even about For Life, really. Well, it is because it brings you to For Life. It's basically, let me show you guys. Let me show you the PowerPoint. This is what it's about. This one has a PowerPoint. All right. And it's animated too as you go through. It just basically kind of helps you discover and realize, what do you want in life? All right. And it talks about For Life, what makes us different, but go through and look at these. These are all professional. There's 3 presentations: napkin, Pathway to Prosperity, the formal 1 hour. It's a long one, and it's kind of cool because it's got links in there and stuff. Browse around, have fun, you guys. That's the whole point of this. Let me stop sharing my screen. I apologize. We're at the 1 hour now. So know your resources. All right. Upline Pro is a good resource. For Life's got great resources. Get familiar with all that. At the end of the day, be a good sponsor. Be a good upline. It's been 28 years I've been in For Life, me and Gabby. And here we are still working just as hard as we've done from day one. Maybe even harder, but smarter. We're smarter. Why? Purpose. I get a thrill out of helping people be successful. And this is the only way I know how. If I knew how another way, maybe I'd throw that in the mix. But this is my expertise, you see? So, be a good upline. And remember this: upline serves the downline. If you serve your people and you duplicate that attitude, that philosophy, you will build an empire because people are serving their people, not the attitude, I'm bringing you in so I can make a bunch of money off of you. No, I'm bringing you in so we can have fun and build a business together and be successful and achieve all those dreams. And guess what? I'd love to go on a great escape trip with you, have fun, travel the world. Maybe you don't believe it right now, but we're never going to know unless we try it. Let's do it. That's it, you guys. That's really it. Okay. Not easy, but simple. Let me look at my action items here. Okay. So I want to pass the microphone to Gabby. And then we'll kind of go in to see if anybody has any questions, comments, or whatever that they have. And so, sweetie, the mic is yours.
Oh, wow. I just want to say thank you, everyone. We love going to your countries. We love going to the meetings. As a matter of fact, we're going to be going to LA this weekend. It's really nice to see our affiliates. It's like you guys are all our family. And Dr. Kenny and his wife and the whole Dr. Tam, Dr. Uy, that whole team, you know, I'm just mentioning them because they came to mind. They're our home away from home when we go to Penang. And that's how we feel with all our distributors when we visit and we get together. We don't see you as just another person in our downline. We see you as part of our family. And that is what we had a convention named after this. Connection, we connect. And that's the secret to our business. The connection we make with the people. Another way to kind of give you an example, when you go to your favorite coffee shop or when you go to your favorite grocery store, you see the same people working there and you connect with them. I know that when I had my job at the Vision Center, I made a lot of connections with our customers. And they had Costco that had an optical, but they came to the Vision Center in Walmart because of the connection I had made with them. So they were willing to pay $5 more for their contact lenses, but just to be able to come and say hi, they were going to go to Walmart anyway. It was one of the only Walmarts. The other Walmart was in Calexico. And but anyway, I worked at both. But we have to learn the connection, okay, the love, and the love to say, I love you like my family. I love you so much. I want you to be a platinum elite. Okay. So Dave, how much is a bonus for a platinum elite?
It's so funny you just said that
What?
because I was just getting ready to do this. If you want to inspire people, do this. Go to forlife.com. Forlife.com. This just came out recently, by the way. Okay. Scroll to the bottom of the page. Okay. And pull up the income disclosure. For Life is very transparent about incomes for each level. Check this out. So when you're onboarding someone or you're talking to them about this business opportunity, this should be really good with onboarding. All right. So I would encourage you all to take this, download the PDF, put it in your presentation. 2025. Okay. You're starting out. Average income is $42. Median is 15. What's the difference between average and median? Average means you take all the money for that position. So all the associates, add it all up. How many are there? So you divide the total when you add up all the money paid to them, divide by the amount there are of them, and that gives you an average. Median, it's a bit simpler. You say the lowest check was this, the highest check was this, and you cut it right down the middle. That's your median. All right. So builder, you work your way up. All right. Isn't it kind of interesting how the difference between the two kind of narrows a bit as you go up? Diamond, monthly $493, median $436. But look, if I was bringing somebody in, and talking to them, which I am, and I do need to show them this. Look, where do you want to be? It's a process. Look at what's in front of us. Look at this. You know what's cool? There's a lot of people already doing this. Now, obviously, there's not a lot of platinum elites. Why? They're making 257,000 US dollars. This is not yen. I don't know, maybe if it was yen, that wouldn't be more. The point is, they're dollars. That's $250,000 a month in For Life. I mean, you guys, those of you that have been in For Life for a while, I hope this inspires you. Like, my gosh, $250,000 a month of income, platinum's 140. Well, I'm not a platinum elite. I want to get there, and I will. I'm having fun, all right. But the point is, look at what's waiting for me. I get $117,000 raise a month. So download this income disclosure and share it with people. People obviously, and some people aren't going to believe it. You got to be careful. $250,000 a month. For some people, they might go, no, I don't believe it. So you got to kind of feed them a little bit at a time. Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead, sweetie. Sorry.
No, that's great. And that's why you want to be a platinum elite. Platinum elite. Because that bonus, it's still 1%, right, of worldwide sales.
Yeah, the platinum and the platinum elite bonus. But the crazy thing is, people get to gold or platinum, look at the income they're making. And by the way, this is one of the problems in Malaysia. When you're doing okay, it's like, I'm doing good. Things are going great, No. Can you do better? If somebody says, in fact, I got a tape that's really cool. Paul Roberson. I love Paul Roberson. He died, but his talks are great. Somebody says, well, I got a job. I get 2 weeks of vacation a year. I got a little house. What's wrong with that? You know what his response was? Everything, if you can do better. Everything. So my question to all of you, can you do better? I think so. Go ahead, sweetie.
I don't know if you want to, invite anyone else to share anything, but thank you, everyone. We love you.
Yeah. What Kenny had something you said here, Dave. Why know everybody in 4 levels? And that's just a number, because like in my case, I say 4 levels because obviously you get to a point where you can't know everybody in your downline. But I've had cases where I had to go down 9 levels. I mean, Erminio Nevares is a perfect example. The platinum elite that gets $250,000 a month. I trained him. I was the one that went and presented to him. He called me up when I'm sorry, I called him up. That was the first phone call. He was actually a lead from Edgar Mojica in Florida. Edgar calls me, and this is exactly what happened. He said, Dave, my sponsor told me you speak Spanish. Yeah, I'm the gringo that speaks Spanish. He goes, I got a guy in Puerto Rico. Now, Edgar, think about what he did. He said, Dave, I've been in every network marketing company on the planet. I got this guy that I know. He was in Nutrition for Life. That company has failed. They're closing. They're going down. The timing is perfect, but he won't believe me. He won't believe Edgar. He said, so would you talk to him? Because if I talk to him, he's just going to go, it's Edgar Mojica. I said, yeah, I'm a networker. What's his number? I call him up. Funny. This is funny. I call him up. As soon as we get into a conversation about, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 minutes into it, he goes, oh, David, that's David. Give me a minute. I hear his cell phone drop on the ground. I hear all this noise, stuff going on. I'm going, what's he doing? Because he had a speaker on. And all of a sudden, I hear this, and I'm like, what is happening? And here's, and all of a sudden he picks up the phone. He goes, I'm sorry. I was helping a cow give birth and the calf got stuck. He's a vet. He's kind of like a countryside vet. And he's a networker. And we talked. He said, will you come to Puerto Rico? I said, well, all right. How many people do you have? I mean, I'd like to kind of set the stage a little bit to decide if I'm going to fly to another country. He says, not a lot, but the ones I have they're networkers. And they come from a place where they're hurt right now because the company closed. And I already knew it was Nutrition for Life. I said, okay, 5 people. 5 people came to that meeting. 3 are platinum and 2 are gold today. Was it worth it for me to go do that meeting? Of course. That's networking. And you never know. It could have been that none of them are in, but that's Erminio Nevares now, platinum elite. All right. So anyhow, so Kenny, to answer your question, go as deep as you need to go. But you get to a point where you can't know everybody in your downline, but manage it until you just can't know them all anymore. Have a relationship, the best relationship you can with all of them. Drip on them a little bit. Have a little messaging system set up, which I'm sure that you guys have with VDEX. So that's why 4 levels. There's really no rhyme or reason to it, but it's just a number of simplicity. I think that's pretty much it, you guys. This is being transcribed. We'll see what happens with my Mem app. I'm learning how to use Mem. And I will send this to you, make it available. I'll just have to probably do that. I'm not going to put it, I don't think, on the Upland Pro website. In the future, we're going to have a little system where we can go back and people can pull transcripts from our meetings because maybe there's some nuggets here that you'd like to go back and look at and pick up. All right. Thanks, you guys. Love you. Kenny, do you have anything you want to share? Dr. Tam, anybody? Huasu, raise your hand if you got any question, comment, anything. Happy, Faye. Faye's in Singapore, by the way. Vilma. Hector, good to see you, my friend. Lisa Lai, thank you. Luz, Sarit. Sarit in Mexico. See, I know. You know what? Hey, Sarit, turn your mic on, please, if you can. How did I know you were in Mexico? Maybe she's doing something there, but she's anyhow, she's in Mexico. I know that because I try to pay attention to people that come. I don't know everybody, but I remember Sarit.
Hey, sweetie, I just wanted to mention something. Because this weekend we're going to have 2 corporate events, one in Los Angeles and one is it in Florida?
Yeah, Miami and Los Angeles are this weekend
Okay,
simultaneously.
Saturday.
Dr. Vollmer in LA, the scientist, Dr. Vollmer with Nathan Larson and me and Gabby and others. Miami is Dr. Vaughn. All right. the other scientist. And they're doing it at the same time. 9:30 in the morning, LA, 12:30, I'm sorry, in the afternoon in Miami. And if you're there, you will be able to purchase the new products.
Right. So if you have a way, if you have someone that's going and you have a way to have that person ship you the items once they get to that person's house, because it's only here in the US that you can buy the products, then you can have them ship the products to you. But they're amazing. I mean, I combined my my greens with my collagen, my flavored collagen, and I love it. And my hair grows with my collagen, with my greens. I mean, I love our collagen. It's amazing. I mean, I got to make it for Dave because he's always complaining his hair's falling out.
Gabby, thank you, sweetie. Gabby, she makes a lot of stuff. She makes our mouthwash. She makes like an ointment, all kinds of stuff. She makes cookies and cake with transfer factor protein with the ProTF. That's for another training. We should do that one day, sweetie. Have
Ice
all
cream.
the things you make.
Ice cream with the protein.
Ice cream. Yeah.
I use a machine, but it's amazing.
So I want to share one last thing because I said this earlier. All right. And I want to make sure we do this. So hang with me for a minute, you guys. Please. Here's what you have to look forward to in your markets that are waiting for this. Here in the US and basically the US to start, get this video. It is really an awesome video. Let me share this with you. And if you've already seen it, great. If not, go look at it. forlife.com, all right? Account set, you have to be logged in. I'm logged in into my son's account, Brandon, right now. Account center, resources. Oh, my bad. Hang on. Account center, media library, products. Very first product, TF Max. Click on it. And right here, video. 4Life's got videos on the products. Not all of them, but a lot of them. This is an awesome video. Watch the end when it talks about the 5 reasons to take Transfer Factor Max. Oh, hang on. I hate that Zoom does this, you guys. I got to stop sharing my screen because it's probably not going to share the audio. Share screen, share sound, optimize for video. I don't know why that's not like by default. Okay, here we go. Come on, hopefully it's not buffering.
You weren't made to do things halfway. You were made for the max. Max experience. Max connection. Max effort. Max life. And living life to the fullest requires the maximum science can offer to keep you strong, resilient, and ready for everything ahead. Your immune system sits at the center of all body systems, powering your energy, focus, recovery, and renewal. If you want life on a whole new level, you need max level immune support to match. Get ready for the most powerful immune support on the market, a product that propels us into the next generation of transfer factor science. Here are the top 5 reasons you need 4Life Transfer Factor Max Immune Support. Reason number 1, Phytofactor delivers rapid immune response. In nature, plants survive by adapting, standing, and defending. 4Life harnesses that same survival intelligence with Phytofactor, a proprietary plant-based transfer factor peptide that trains your immune system to recognize and respond faster when challenges strike. Reason number 2, over 90% immune cell coverage. From long days to constant exposure to environmental stressors, Modern life demands more from your immune system. Transfer Factor Max helps it rise to the challenge, activating over 90% of the immune cells in your body, including NK, T, B, macrophages, and now neutrophils and stem cells. The result? Your immune cell network performs in greater harmony, smarter, faster, and stronger than ever before. Reason number 3. It increases immune stem cells to support tissue regeneration. Over time, age and daily strain can reduce your body's ability to create new immune cells. Transfer Factor Max can quickly activate your body's ability to mobilize millions of immune stem cells, helping to renew your body's natural capacity to repair, rebuild, and stay strong from within. Reason number 4. 2-hour immune system activation. When threats appear, every second counts. Transfer Factor Max boasts a daily dose of 600 milligrams of Transfer Factor Trifactor from cow colostrum and chicken egg yolk, and is clinically proven to activate the immune system within 2 hours. Reason number 5. Max intelligence, max power. 4-Life Transfer Factor Max combines animal and plant-based immune peptides to deliver a smarter immune response. Then add zinc, a super mushroom blend, and a clinical dose of IP6, an immune cell activator, delivering the broadest spectrum of immune support available, plus increased stem cell renewal for unmatched immune power. Where intelligence and power combine. That's 4-Life Transfer Factor Max. Live life to the max with the most powerful immune support product on the market. 4-Life Transfer Factor Max.
That's an awesome video, you guys. I mean, think about it. Stem cell generation. All right. I mean, those buzzwords, peptides, stem cells, a lot of people around the world are talking about that. We've got the product that does that. So there you go. That's on 4life.com under products. You have to log in to go get it in the media library. So Kenny or Dr. Tams, anybody have anything that they want to share this evening before we finish?
Can I ask a question, Dave?
Sure.
Miss Chua, Videx Penang. I have a downline. Son is a new medical intern who does not believe in food supplement at all. How to convince him?
You know what? I honestly, this is just me personally. I'm not in the convincing business, but what I would tell him, try it. What do you have to lose? I might even say, are you afraid? Are you afraid to try something? I might even go as far as saying, what do you believe? Do you believe you have to eat food to survive? Drink water? You know, I mean, I play with people too. All right. In other words, like, okay, you know, we all know in today's world that there's all kinds of pollution. We know in today's world, you don't get all of the vitamins and minerals that you need out of just food. All right. But I tell you what, I'll give you an energy go sticks. You tell me here's Gabby. If I give you this, will you take it and tell me what it does, how you feel? Give him a go stick. They'll probably be up all night vacuuming the house. In fact, I did that. Check this out. So I go take my Odin down the street to the park in the morning, 8 o'clock every morning. It's now becoming a routine every day. I take him down to the park. Stan is down there. He just moved into my area from the beach because he's going to be living with his mother-in-law because she needs help. You know, she's getting old. He takes his dog, I take my dog. Well, I give Stan, I did just that. If I give you a sample of my products, okay, obviously I worked up to that. Networking, talk, okay. Stan, if I give you a sample of my product, will you let me know how you feel? He says, sure. Go sticks. I gave him a few go sticks. A couple of days later, hey, Stan, how do you like the go sticks? He goes, oh my gosh, they're incredible. My wife loves them. She works at the San Diego Zoo, one of the best zoos in the world, okay? And so they love the Go Sticks. In fact, he asked me for more. So go that route. You don't have to talk, supplements. I know transfer factors in Go Sticks. So what? He gets his transfer factor and doesn't even know it.
Dave, there's got to be a supplement that he will take, like even if he goes to the gym or
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You have to know your audience a bit and find out, what you know, what do they do? Do they go to the gym? Try Renuvo. Tell me how you recover, how you feel. What do you believe? And I'm just kind of that way, but to be honest, I don't spend my time on somebody. It's like I'd rather find somebody ready.
right.
But no,
Thank
don't
you.
get me wrong. I'm not trying to give up on that person. Please don't think that. But give it a shot, give it your best shot, and then move on.
But his son doesn't even want to meet up at all. The mother is asking on behalf how to convince him about food supplements. He's into this,
Who's your sponsor?
medicine.
Who's your sponsor?
Sponsor? My sponsor?
In for
Pion.
life.
Pion?
Okay.
Pion?
All right. Well, call your sponsor. Fionn, I'm going to get this person to the table. Let's get prepared to serve them a 5-course meal. Beautiful dinner, awesome appetizers, dessert. What is that? That's presenting, talking to them, engaging. Bring them to me. Get them to one of my meetings. Do nothing more if you want. Just say, hey, I've got this friend of mine who's a multimillionaire, lives in San Diego, California. His business has been paid over $3 billion. That's a fact. My downline has been paid over $3 billion. Use those words and see if they get excited. I'll talk to them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, you guys. Love you all. We go over now and then. It's okay. We'll see what the transcript comes out here, and I'll make sure you guys get a copy of it. Spread the word. Let's build this meeting up. We got up here 22, 25 people. Let's get it up to 100 and 200 and 500. All right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good day over there in Malaysia. You guys are not 11:30 going on noon. Make it a
Dave.
productive day.
Dave, you
Thank
know
you.
everything. Do you know what time the event on Saturday is going to end? I just have a guest that's coming
It's
and
2.5 hours, 9:30 to noon.
perfect. That's what I thought. Thank you so much.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Love you all.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank
Thank you,
Dave.
Gabriela.
Thank you,
Thank you.
See you next week.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Good
Bye.
night.
See you so much.
Good night.
Bye.
Good day.
Great training.
Bye.
Thank you.